Charismatic personality.
Yeah, he should have a very charismatic personality. Next.
Good communicator.
Huh?
Good communicator.
Yeah, he should be an excellent communicator, excellent public speaker, excellent presentation skills.
He should be thinking.
Yeah, he should be having that strategic thinking skills, spontaneous decision making skills, strategic thinking things. Anything else?
He should be an ethical in personality.
Yeah, he should be transparent and ethical in whatever he is doing. He should not be biased. Anything else? Yeah, he should be a responsible person, so that people can trust you that you are responsible. See, when will people give you a responsibility? People give you a responsibility when they feel confident that this person is capable of handling that responsibility. God always throws, or even people always throw a challenge, or you throw a challenge to your kids based on how responsible they are. That means a responsibility is identified by your previous opportunities or previous problem solving skills that you have taken and you have executed. One day I'm going out, I ask him, for next 2 hours I'm not going to come, take care of the house, take care of things that has to run normal. And immediately when you go, a courier would come, a drop-in would come, or some visitors may come. He would have handled it beautifully, not watching TV, and he would have done it beautifully. When the execution becomes beautiful, automatically what happens? They start giving you a higher responsibility. Then,
Listening ability.
yeah, you should have amazing listening skills. Listening skills are very important. A great leader is the one who can understand both verbal and non-verbal communication. Like there are a lot of people who are working for me or who are working with me. Let me not say working for me. When they are working as a team, I should be able to read their verbal or non-verbal communication. Today somebody is upset, something bad would have happened in their place. There would have been a death in the place. Depending on what has happened, you should be ऊपर नीचे करना.
पूरा opportunity.
So, when an opportunity comes, I should be empathetic also. What I mean by empathetic, a person has experienced a death in his house on Sunday, and I cannot expect on Monday for him to come in the same enthusiasm and then continue. But few are exceptional, leave them. But we need their motivation. Why we need such motivation? Because sometimes what happens, life throws us into tantrums and we will start feeling very much worried and we will start complaining, why me, God? Only when you know others are also having much more difficulty, still they are coming on time, still they are executing their work beautifully, that will always motivate us. A great example could be this great Prime Minister of ours, Narendra Modi. See, we have seen, and it has been practically told that yes, he has never taken off as he was a Chief Minister of Gujarat, and afterwards he becoming a Prime Minister of India, he has never taken even one day break. His Sundays were never an holidays, his festivals were never an holidays. He always had meetings, he always had appointments. Why? His conviction was, come what may, the time that I will have to spend for my nation has to be 24/7. That is how he is going to work. Such things can motivate us. Why we need to use such things? I don't say when people are upset, you should take a break. I don't say you shouldn't take a break. But let us not forget, there are people with so much of upset and even a death in their family and even a death of the loud and the only family member in the family, still they go unbiased because they think nation first and work is worship and work first. That was this great man, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was his mother's death. The only relationship that the entire world knew about Narendra Modi was his love towards his mother, and everybody knows our mother is everything for Narendra Modi. When she passed away, the last rites had to be executed, and after that was done, one of his personal assistant comes, and as a leader, Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi could read out that his question was, should we cancel all the meetings for the next 3 days? And immediately he says, no, I don't want you to cancel any of the meetings, and whatever the 2 meetings I could not arrange it online, I will address. I do not want it to be cancelled. My mom never wanted me to cancel any of my appointments, and she kept on telling this every time when I met her, that on the day of my death, काम पहले आना चाहिए, मेरा कार्यक्रम बाद में होगा. I want to tell this world, this was my mother, and he continued to do that. And all the previous meetings that was cancelled was also redone. See, conviction to work, that is what I say. Are we carrying a womb of willingness? Are we carrying a womb of non-willingness? When I am carrying a womb of non-willingness, what we do, I always look for excuse. Excuses is a truth. Excuses is a truth, but it is in a wrong place. Few of them today came on time, but all of them were together. There could be a valid excuse. It was raining, because we got up late, because the distance was too much, breakfast was not organized for us. All that are a truth, but all that are a truth in a wrong place, because when there is a non-willingness, you will hunt for excuses. When there is a willingness, you will give up the breakfast and will also come on time, because you know whether you want to willingly come for to today's session or not. Assuming it is your loved one's operation and the doctor has asked you to be at 6 o'clock, do you think you will even go home the previous night? No, you will stay in the hospital only, because you know there is no non-willingness in a womb even for 0.0001%, and you will always be there. And sometimes when the willingness is so much, you don't need an alarm also. Every day you may need an alarm to get up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. But let me tell you, there are days when you don't need an alarm. Why? Because their willingness is so much 100%. It is your son's marriage. Every time you used to get up at 8 o'clock. Do you think when it is son's marriage and the muhurta is at early morning 3 o'clock, you will sleep the whole night? There is no reason for which you will sleep. And even if you don't sleep also, can you see that letharginess in your face? People feel like asking you, you look so fresh, did you sleep? How will I get a sleep? I could not sleep. But still, how is that you are looking so fresh? Willingness is complete. When the willingness is complete, miracles will happen. So you will have to go and say whether I want this with 100% willingness. When you want it with 100% willingness, you will hunt for solution. When you are not actually wanting it with 100% willingness, somewhere you are actually having a little less than that, then what happens? You will search for excuses. So excuses is a truth in a wrong place. All great leaders actually inject themselves from this problem called as excusitis. See, one of the biggest hurdle when we talk about positive personality, one of the greatest and biggest negatives that is holding us when we want to become very successful, when we want to have such a positive personality, is few of these negative attitudes. If I can give up on these few of these negative attitudes, my life will become very, very beautiful. See, all of us, you look at our life. Every time in our life, when we have seen serious results coming out, the best way to understand is academics. We will go to academics. As a 7th standard, when I saw the result, we may not recollect it so much. But 10th standard, you can recollect, because you still know what is your percentage. Looking at your 10th standard marks card or looking at your 10th standard result, what went on in your mind? My mind strongly started telling to myself, this is not my result. If I would have really worked hard, I could have seen much better results than this. That means I know I have not worked hard. There is a positive personality in me which says that I would have put a little bit more hard working and the efforts in the right direction. I would have seen the percentage improving. But did we actually improve in the plus 2? No. Plus 2, our range of actually the result was somewhere in the same order, but even while I was watching this plus 2, I strongly felt like this is not my result. I could have really worked hard and I could have got a better result than this. This is not my result. I am unhappy with this result. And because you have that attitude of positiveness, you immediately make a plan to yourself. What is that plan? Come what may, when I get into graduation, I will not waste my time. Every day, I never used to get up early in the morning. I'll start getting early in the morning. I will start getting up at early morning, 5 o'clock only, and I will start studying. I know Brahmi Muhurta is the right time for me to study, and I will study and then go to college. I will not waste my time till I go to college. I will only be studying. When I go to college also, I will not waste my time between the classes also. You made that promise. Between the classes, and we don't need 1 hour lunch break. Why do we need 1 hour lunch break? Whether I am in work or whether I am in office or whether I am in college, I don't need 1 hour lunch break. So in that lunch break also, I'll be using maximum of the free time to learn and upgrade myself, because I know I need to hit that what we call it as a goal. I want to be a CEO of this company. I want to be the topper of this college. You have already decided. While you saw the result, all these decisions were made. Before getting into Infosys, all these decisions were made. Before getting into DRDO, before getting into ISRO, these assumptions were made. I'm not going to be the same person. I'll work so hard, so hard. Who told after academics you should not work hard? I know I'll have to work hard. In whatever place I go, I'll be the topper. Being a top of your school is getting into a school and trying to be a top of the school. Being a top of your college is getting into a new enterprise and being the top of that enterprise. Getting into Infosys and also being a topper has to be your attitude. Pichai's attitude was, I'll get into Google, but I'll be a CEO of Google. So can you actually think that I'm getting into a college, I'm getting into an enterprise, my aim is to be the top of that enterprise? It's possible. We have always been working like that. But at one point of time, you gave up. Positive personality is not actually giving up. So we will see what leads to all this giving up attitude. We made all these promises. Maybe even in the degree, when you saw the degree result, you told, this is not my degree. When I get into my office, I'll work in the office from day one so sincerely, not expecting any reward. I will always be on time. I will be the last person to leave. I will keep getting multiple such promotions, and I will work so seriously that people will consider me and they will give me promotion after promotion. And a day would come when, because of my remarkable performance and my remarkable personality, I would be the CEO of this company. You want that. Who doesn't want to be a CEO of the company that you are already working in? And most of the time it would have come to you. It would have come to you very seriously. When a promotion went to your friend, you knew that I would have put a little efforts, I would have done better than him, I would have got this promotion. And immediately your mind will say, now onwards I am going to do everything right from tomorrow. And you make this decision, first day of college, the alarm rings. Will you get up? You will not get up. What happens? That is where our first negative personality or attitudinal personality starts. The first time alarm rings, what you say, I'm not saying I'm not going to get up. Instead of 5 o'clock, I'll get up at 5:30. Anyway, first day of college. Yes, all these are true. It's first day of college, you don't have anything to study. Only from the second day you will have a lot to study. All these are good. It is a truth. But truth in a wrong place, because your mind and your genie and your attitude in your mind which is running, that personality does not know this. It thinks if you don't get up today, you will not get up tomorrow also. He knows that. He will not assume today is the first day, so he did not get up. It will not come to that assumption. Most of the time that is where we go wrong. And this biggest negative attitude is the starting trouble. You decide from tomorrow I am going to be very neatly to dressed. Everybody comes with ordinary dress. I will not go less than a blazer. Can any one of you challenge? Do you think if you come with a blazer, people will stop you at the security and say, you're not supposed to come with a blazer? But still, why you don't make an attempt? No, I don't want to go like that. Is it out of the rule? No. Who told it's out of the rule? Going with jeans can be out of a rule. Going with slippers can be out of a rule. But I will go like a personality like this, with a tie, with a neatly ironed clothes, and I will be for 5 minutes early. 5 minutes early is not considered as an offense. They will be happy. You know what is that positiveness that I can show. What is that positive personality I can show? For an 8 o'clock office, I will always be there by 7:30 so that my work starts at least by 8:45 instead of 9. That's the beauty of it. It works. It works wonders. Can you do that? Are you ready to do that? No, you will get into starting trouble. I really had decided something like this. Most of the time, our mind is capable of replanning and planning and planning and replanning. It has planned. But when it comes to execution, we have the starting trouble. Execution is very important for that dream of yours to be fulfilled. Action plan is very important. Having the dream is beautiful, but action plan also has to be important, and holding on to the dream till the last breath is also important. I want to be the topper of this company. It should be there, very, very strong. It should not change. So what you do, all the planning would have happened, but as per the planning, are you working? No, you have made the plan, but it is not working as per the plan, because when the time of execution comes, something inside says, I'm not saying you should not get up. Instead of 5 o'clock, you get a little late. Then immediately you will tell your mom, instead of for 4 o'clock, you wake me at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock the alarm rings. Will you get up at 5? No. You will again push it to 5:30. Do you know what exactly is happening here? Whenever I am pushing it like this, something very horrible is happening, and you are not realizing what is this horrible thing that is happening. That means every time when you will have to start something, I am getting into an attitude of procrastinating. I want to start something, I am getting into that place. Instead of starting, you are telling, instead of today, I will start from tomorrow, and you are creating a starting trouble and you are postponing it. You are procrastinating it. Okay, you procrastinated, and finally you got up at 7 o'clock because the college was at 9. You got up at 7 o'clock, you took a bath very jalbazi, means in a hurry, you were not able to focus, you picked up the bag, you ate the breakfast very early, and you got into a college, and you were late by 5-10 minutes even in the college. Why? Because the first thing what you wanted to do right did not go right. You lost the battle there. You will consistently keep losing the battle. The belief that you hold at the beginning of the journey, which starts every day in the morning, if you break up, that will continue in the rest of the things also. Okay, you went to college. First day the class was done. You told after every class there will be some free time and you will do what is called as studies. You have time to study. Why don't you study? The class was over because it was a first class. Ma'am told I will only take half an hour today. The rest half an hour you can do whatever you want. So in office also you will find lot of such free times. You know that all that free times can be used to upgrade. There is a chance that you can upgrade and always go ahead, but you don't. Instead, what you say, when you wanted to open the book, when you wanted to pick up that book, when you wanted to open a laptop and start learning something, everybody is watching you and immediately something deep inside. I really want to study, but instead of studying now, I'll do like this. Next period, I will have free time. Nah? At that time, I will study. Again, when the starting point came, you procrastinated and created a new starting time. What was that new starting time? Next class, next period, I will definitely study. But next class when it comes, what happens? You will say, next class 100% I will study, and you again procrastinated. But when you told next class, for some reason you are not happy with that procrastination. Anything that you do consistently, you will not be happy. You want to make it better. Next class is not working. I'll do like this. Once for all in the afternoon I will do it. And you procrastinate it to afternoon. Afternoon lunch break comes. You finish off the lunch in 10 minutes, even in office, even in college. Immediately after that, you have plenty of time to do lot of things. You take up something and you want it to do, and immediately you say, I'll do one thing. From morning it is not working. Now, once for all, I'll go home in the evening and I will do. From office, when I go home, I will do. You procrastinate to going back from office, going back from college and studying very seriously, and you again go back in the evening, and when evening comes you will start thinking, today anyway I am not done from morning, from tomorrow I will do everything perfectly. You postponed it to tomorrow. But when the tomorrow comes, you will again get into the same cycle, postpone it to tomorrow, and somewhere you feel tomorrow is not working. Instead of tomorrow, I will do it next month first. Most of the things in your life, ask yourself, you have got into this, what is called as living with this problem of starting trouble, procrastination. For how many things you have created this? Somebody would have told, take up this exam and it can give you a promotion. Next year I'll take up. Next year I'll take up. Take up this property, it can double your salary. Excuses are there. Problems to hai. No, मेरे में investment अभी नहीं है. I won't be comfortable. Why? Dad is not keeping well. Dad not keeping well is also important. Manage that also, manage this also. Miracles are going to happen when you manage this and that. I will manage only thing. No, that will not happen. And most of the decisions have to be taken in tough times only. Easy time taking decision, it is the God's chappar par ke dene ka attitude. He will give whenever he wants. What is your move here? I will manage with my papa not keeping well also, I will invest in this site. And you invest, you will not know, 5 years would have gone, 5 to 10 lakhs, whatever you have invested, becomes 10 times more. I have seen property value going 10 times more, 5 times more. Even if it goes 5 times more, it's a greatest gift. Why we don't do? We get into this attitude of procrastination. Loan, manage karna, it will become too difficult. I am already having too much of loan. No, with all that loan, take up one more loan and finish it off. There is one exam. Take up that exam and finish it off. I can do graduation. I am already a graduate. Take up one post-graduation and finish it off. Set an example to your kids. Even at this age, I am upgrading. I am already a postgraduate. Do a PhD. Who is going to stop you? The higher the qualification, the better you are. Who has told after 40 you should not study? After 30 you should not study? After 25 you should not study? Nobody has told. Yesterday in newspaper it was the 3rd page news. A 70-year-old is writing in one of the exams because he has already got 3 PhDs. He has taken a different vertical. Relevant to that vertical, he is doing his masters so that he can continue with PhD. Yes, when it is needed, you will have to upgrade. The more upgraded you are, the better it will help you to reach that pinnacle. You wanted to be the topper in your company. I wanted to be a topper in my primary school. I wanted to be a topper in my high school. I wanted to be a topper in my college. I wanted to be a topper in my graduation. I want to be a topper in my post-graduation. I wanted to be a topper in my Infosys company. I wanted to be a topper in my DRDO company. All these are positive personalities. But for that to happen, can I get rid of this starting trouble and procrastination? No. You keep on getting into starting trouble, procrastinating, and you will start living with that problem. Every time when you want to do something good, there is a small toothache. Go today, at least some, what you call, some kind of a treatment can always save the truth. You take up a painkiller, postpone it, take up a painkiller, postpone it, procrastinate it next week, after 1 month, after 2 months, after 3 months, and finally when you go to the doctor, he says, this is not a teeth which can be replaced, it is not a teeth which can be capped, it is not a teeth, it not only has hurt itself, it has also hurt the adjacent, not only this teeth, all the 3 teeth will have to be removed. Why? Because of your starting trouble and procrastination, and you were comfortable living with that problem. Today there is a pain you cannot manage because it is irritating you. But when the pain continues for 2-3 days, you will start feeling, okay, pain is also there, I'll continue. Why? Because of starting trouble, procrastination, living with the problem. And finally, it leads to stress. What is stress in your life today? Anybody's. What is the stress? Stress is nothing but the gap between when it should have been done and ultimately when it was done. When you do the things at the right time, you will not feel stress. When you postpone, procrastinate, that is where your problem starts. Some internal department exam, take it off right now and finish it off. No, next week I'll take. Why? Next month I'll take. Why? Next year I'll take. Why? This year something will come. Some cousin's marriage, your own brother's marriage, your own dad's not keeping well. It will come. It is natural. Problems will be there. But even with that, I'll continue today. Then there will not be stress. The stress is nothing but when it should have been done and ultimately when you did it. When you kept on postponing tomorrow, that stress is there. I did not complete. I should have taken the exam. And it will continue. Slowly, when the stress becomes too much for you to handle, you will give up. Yeah, it's okay, leave. If I don't get promotion, what's the wrong? Promotion and not promotion, how much is the difference? Salary, 5,000 only, na? It's okay. So what you do, you will start giving up. In life, lot of things you will start giving up. Right now, if I ask you, you would have given up so many such opportunities just because you are not ready to start. The first main problem is starting trouble. Starting trouble will lead to procrastination. Procrastination will lead to living with the problem. Living with the problem will lead to stress. Stress will lead to giving up attitude. So this is one of the biggest hurdles. Giving up attitude is going to kill you, and most of the achievements what you wanted to do, because all achievements comes with pain. A simple statement, is there a gain without pain? No, everybody knows that. If I want a gain, I should be ready to take up a pain. So, are you ready to take up that pain? God is playing a beautiful trick with every one of us. What is that trick? God always cannot take choices or a decision on what choice to make on his own. Who should take up the choices? Choices has to be taken by you. But God plays a beautiful trick. In every choices, he always preserves one emotion there. One emotion which is initially coming, one more emotions which will come after some time. That sometime can be after a month, after a week, after a year, after 5 years. What is that? I have a choice now. Somebody told you buy the site and forget you have bought the site. After 10 years, the site will actually go for 5 times. It's going to be a greatest gift for you. Am I ready to take up the choice? Taking up the choice is painful. Why? Organizing money is not easy. I can take a bank loan. Will that it will help? No. I need additional loan. I need to borrow from my friends. All these are actually a comfortable activity. No, all these are painful activity only. So what God does, in every choice He keeps two emotion of pleasure and emotion of pain. What is that emotional of comfort or a pleasure? I don't want to think of the site only. Thinking of that site, I'll have to think of a loan. Thinking of a loan, I'll have to think of additional loan from my friends. Thinking of that additional loan, I'll have to think of EMI. I'll think of interest. Oh, why so many things? It's okay. I already have a place to live now. If I don't have a place to live, I should bother. So what do? You take up something which is pleasurable. You are not ready to take up something which is painful. Right now, after you have crossed 40, what should be the ultimate importance of your life? Health. I just saw in one of the video along with you. Health is the most important thing. How will you maintain your health? There are certain disciplines what you will have to follow. But are you ready for that discipline? I will not eat oily foods. Oily foods is pleasurable, but I will not eat oily foods. I'll eat other kinds of foods. It's painful. Are you ready to take up that pain? No. But let me tell you, God plays a trick here. Anything which is initially pleasurable will become permanent pain in future. Anything that is initially painful will become a permanent pleasure in future. This game is played by Him so beautifully, we don't realize it at all. Getting up early in the morning is painful right now. But still, if I can execute that, after 1 month, after 10 months, I'll start seeing good results because I got up early in the morning, I'm exercising, I'm reading lot of books, I'm upgrading in so many things. So there is a chances of I getting more and more activities done so that it can be multitasking. Who says you cannot start one more enterprise working in a government company? You can. Do justice there also, do justice here also. Be a consultant, not on paper, without a paper. You can build your own business. There are a lot of people who have built their own business. Going to college, they have built business. Doing their just +1, +2 young entrepreneurs, when you search on Google, you will know a lot of people have built a lot of big businesses and they were able to do that. It was not easy for them. It was painful. Start taking such painful experiences if you want pleasure in future. And always remember, anything that was painful today will also not be painful tomorrow. God plays this trick also with us. Anything that was pleasurable today will not be pleasurable tomorrow. You got into stress. Somehow you felt in the college days you had smoked once, you had drank once, but every time you smoked and you drank, you felt comfortable. Then you thought, let me use that. Whenever you are stressed, you go that day, you have one peg and you feel bindas and you have a sleep, you come next day fresh, beautiful. But do you think when you continue to do that every time you are stressed one peg, every time you are stressed one peg, after 2 months what happens? Every time you are stressed, that one peg will not help you. And immediately you feel that one peg is not helping you. Anything that was pleasurable today will not be pleasurable tomorrow. You will say one peg से अभी काम नहीं चलता, 2 peg चाहिए, और one peg 1 cigarette से काम नहीं चलता, 2 peg 2 cigarette चाहिए. चलो next 2 months 2 peg 2 cigarette. Every time you are stressed, 2 peg 2 cigarette. After 2 months what happens? 2 peg 2 cigarette से काम नहीं चलेगा. 3 peg चाहिए, 3 cigarette चाहिए. After that it exponentially grows. Just like you told tomorrow is not working, what did you do? You told next week. You postponed it at one go, very comfortable to postpone for 1 week. Then next week when it did not work, what did you say? Next month. When next month did not work, what did you say? Next year. After 1 or 2 years when you did not work, what did you say? Without a flat, people are still staying. Na? I have one house, I will continue to be here. I have a job lifelong, I will continue to be here. I don't want anything else. You start giving up. And so what happens? There also the things go. Then 3 cigarettes will not help. one full bottle, one full pack of cigarette, and slowly you will become a slave of that. And people have seen they have lost their career, they have lost their life, they have gone into complete negativity. Anything that is pleasurable today, the same thing will not be pleasurable tomorrow. It haunts you to ask for more and more and more, and you become addicted. Drug is also one such thing. Once in blue moon, somebody gives you a small powder and you take it, you feel so good about it. Stop it, enough. You have one experience, stop it. But if you want it more and more, the same quantity of powder will not give you the kick. You want to take more and more, dose, overdose. This is what happens. First time you get actually a slave of what we call sleeping pill. All of us have that problem. नींद नहीं आ रहा, at least एक गोली लेने से नींद आ जाएगा. You try with that गोली for few months. With that one goalie, you will not get the same sleep. You will have to increase it to 2 and 3. Like that, we have been getting into such big problems. It's going to be disastrous. Let me share a true story, how this is true in every one of our life. I still remember my aunt. She was my favorite aunt because she was a principal of a reputed college. I don't want to take the college or my aunt's name. She was such a brilliant lecturer. Very strict, very disciplined. Most of the time we are strict and disciplined when it comes to our kids. You are not self-disciplined and self-personality. No, kuch nahi hai. Self-principle nahi hai. Tomorrow you will have to get up at 4 o'clock. Somebody says, start exercising from tomorrow, it will work. आपका जो family pack है, at least flat pack तो बन जाएगा. You have decided. Why? Because some of you sees, your son sees your photograph when you were a student. You are like a chapati. After marriage, somehow your wife should be actually getting that family pack. But after marriage, you also get that family pack. You become from a chapati to puri. There it won't stop. After kids, you become a batura. Your son looks at that batura face and he will say, Papa, one day you were a chapati. Yes, I was a chapati. From tomorrow, look, I will get up. You will say, but tomorrow, that willingness of getting up is there. But is it 100%? No. Tomorrow when the alarm rings, you get into the same starting trouble, procrastination, living with the problem. But one day your son will come late in the night and he will say, Papa, what? Papa, tomorrow I'll have to go for an interview at 5 o'clock only. Will you be ready and wake me up at 5 o'clock? Okay, I'll wake you up at 4:45 only. Don't worry, go to sleep. What time will you wake up? 3:30 only. Why? Because it is your son. For your son you become unconditional. But for yourself you become very, very conditional. Excuses will start popping in from every place. And you take excuses for everything. And this is what actually happened. And sometimes the world is going to watch, but your health is your responsibility. Again, I'm telling you, nobody else is responsible for your success. You alone are responsible for your success. We always use this beautiful statement, where there is a will, there is a way. But let me rephrase it. Most of the PD sessions, we always rephrase it and say, there is always a way. Ask yourself, do you have the will? A chaiwala has already become a prime minister. You are not even a chaiwala. Where are you aiming at? You should aim better than the chaiwala, na? No. There is always a way. A tribal woman has already become a president. What other examples do you want? Some of us have such inhibitions. My father is not a doctor. How do you expect me to be a doctor? Go back and read about Abdul Kalam. Go back and read how this Draupadi Murmu became what she has become. Go back and read. There are so many people who are born and brought up in the lower and the backward and the most poverty life, but still they have become successful. So when you know that it is possible, you will also transform. Our life is always like this. We always have 101 excuse. Excuse, again I'm telling, it may be right. It may be right. It is true. But with that right and true also, it has to be executed on the other side, positive side. My aunt, one of the best women of my life, she was such a disciplined life. When she went on to the dais and when she took up the lesson, she was one of the best. She's a maths teacher. My maths is so good only because of her. It so happened that she had a daughter, and the daughter got married, and it was a time when they were expecting a grandson, and it was such a memorable moment for them that they wanted a grandson or a granddaughter. But during that time, my aunt developed a small pimple in her breast. Small pimple. She thought it's just a small pimple, so I need to go to the doctor, but I am so busy. My daughter is coming from US. I'll have to make arrangements because the pregnancy, she's going to be here. So she was busy organizing the room. She was busy consulting various doctors where she would have to take her daughter. And with all that busyness, she kept on procrastinating. She used to say, tomorrow I will go, and then she used to postpone tomorrow. Then tomorrow did not work, but the pain was consistent. Tomorrow, then she told, next week I will go. Next week, whatever happens, I will go. When the next week happens, some hurdle will come, some other problems will come, some other activities will come. But a great leader is the one who knows how to actually give priorities and decide this has to be done, this should not be done, this must be done. When you know this must be done, that should be executed, because some things are time bound. Some things are time bound. So wasting any of the time, you actually surpass that time. When the time is surpassed, even when you achieve, it cannot do anything for you. It cannot do miracles for you. It so happened, and the small wound started becoming growing and growing and growing. And finally she decided she wanted to go. At that time, our daughter gives a surprise call and says, Mama, I did not tell you, we have already reached the airport. We'll be reaching the house in another 1 hour's time. You had told you will be coming next week, na? We had told we wanted to surprise you, ma. That's the reason I did not tell you. Now she wanted to go to the hospital. One more strong reason came. Just she has landed, let her come. One day I will manage, tomorrow I'll go to the hospital. She comes and she's with the daughter. Sometimes she's able to forget that pain, but when she's sleeping all alone, when she's taking bath, when she's in the restroom, she can make out that the pain is becoming too much. And the small wound is growing bigger and bigger. She knew about cancer. She knew about breast cancer. Now, when she came on the third day only, the pain started. So they had to rush her to the hospital, and they told nothing doing, cesarean has to be done, and they do a cesarean, and then the baby, a new daughter, granddaughter is born. The house is filled with happiness. They were little anxious because the time was next month, and it was a premature baby, so the baby had to be taken care. There was such a bad atmosphere at home that she could not actually relieve that I have a small problem, I'll have to go to the hospital. Somehow she pushed it. The wound became bigger and bigger, and somehow she could make out it was cancer. And she wanted to get herself treated, but the situation came in such flow that it was comfortable for her to postpone, because she had more valid reasons now than earlier. Sometimes life pushes you like that. And then what happened, the baby was in the hospital, and the mother was in an hospital, both of them in ICU. Like that it continued for 3-4 days. It was baby was kept in incubator, and slowly after 1 week or 10 days everything became normal. Then she thought she will go to an hospital. They told they'll be discharging, let my daughter come home, then I'll go to the hospital. Then they had this 15 days for function to be done, and they got ready for that 15 days for function, but somehow it got postponed to 1 month. And after 1 month she decided on next day I will go. On that day when the function was going on, she had worn a what you call silk saree, so the wound was actually it was puffing with blood, and it was unbelievable the kind of pain she was taking. Because of the heat, because of the tense situation, lot of guests, everybody is looking at the baby, she's also carrying the baby, and at one point of time she collapsed because she could not take it anymore. When she collapsed, then they rushed her to an hospital, and when in the hospital, when the lady doctor was nursing her, she could make out that there was a big wound under the breast, and that doctor was a smart doctor. She immediately knew it would be a cancer, so she took some cells, and they sent to the hospital, cancer hospital, for a small checkup, and there they came to know that it was cancer. And one of our friend, who is also a common friend to both of us, she was a cancer doctor. And when she knew our own friend is actually having cancer, she comes her to the bed and says, what an idiot you are. You are the biggest fool, educated fool you are. Do you know in which stage you are? And the mother says, I know, I'm in 4th stage. She knew, but she could not come away from this starting trouble, procrastination, living with the problem. Same thing has happened. In your life, cancer has gotten. Now you have gone to a level where you cannot come back. When you were in stage 1, it would have been easy for you to aim at that CEO position. But right now, as and when the years pass on, if the right kind of preparation will not happen, that becomes too far away from you. That goes too far away from you. Your personality has to be like, let me not waste any time. My objective has to be to get whatever I want, to get as much as I want. Only then miracles will happen, otherwise miracles shall not happen. And after that, we did all kinds of chemo, but we could hold on to her just for 1 year. After 1 year, she passed away. Like that, in health issues also, most of you have certain problems. In career issues also, most of you have a lot of problems. In what you call career or promotional issues also, change of department also, higher responsibilities also, all of us will have a lot of problems like that. But for whatever reason, if I keep on procrastinating, keep on procrastinating, keep on procrastinating, it will not work. At one point of time, you should say, I am ready to work. So what is the best way? Now I have understood I should not get into starting trouble, I should not get into procrastination, all that. We have starting trouble in everything what we do. It could be a medical problem, small problem, everything we keep on doing. Actually, what is stress? Stress for her was the day she got that small pimple, the same day if she would have gone to an hospital, they would have wounded her. Even from stage 3 people have come back, stage 2 people have come back very comfortably. Stage 1, it was very easy for them to do it. Most of you are also getting into that 3rd stage, 4th stage, 5th stage where you cannot reach that target at all. And it was your own choice because of which you have got into that place. Right now also there is a chance. All such personality development sessions that is coming to you in whatever way, it is just showing a mirror. It is not that few of you cannot speak whatever I am speaking. You can also say the same lines. But am I following it? When I ask that question, am I following it? Am I improving it in all direction? Then if I am not, I'll have to correct. If you are not, you will have to correct. This is just mirroring you. So the stress is nothing but my entire stress in life is the gap between when it could have been done and when eventually it was done. And when you start actually working on this, your life will become beautiful. So please work on that. Most of the time we give up when it was just a few steps ahead. I gave up on the 7th vada. No, he came and he touched the 7th vada. 9,999 attempts was made. He made that 10,000 attempt because he knew that 10,000 attempt can give him success. So you can find a lot of people, they would have experienced so many troubles and finally they would have become successful. So here also, not giving up should be your attitude. Starting trouble was there for all leaders. Procrastination was there for all leaders. Procrastination was so much that people kept on actually thinking of implementing GST, implementing demonetization, that kept on postponing. What does the rule say? Every 20 years or it should be done, or every 40 years it should be done, every 50 years it should be done. There is a saying. But still we keep on procrastinating because you know, if I execute, if something goes wrong. So most of the time our problem is just because of this. Starting trouble will not stop there, it will lead to procrastination. Procrastination will lead to living with the problem. Living with the problem will lead to stress. Stress will lead to giving up attitude. So what should I do? If I don't want to get into this and this, I should control myself here. Let me go to the origin. Origin of all problem is starting trouble. For whatever reason, if you have decided you are going to do something, do it off. Because your mind and your body, the lion attitude of yours should know, I am a lion. If I say I want, I will. Or I will not. A lion will never touch an animal which comes close to you, and the animals know when I can go very close to the lion because he has finished his lunch. I will not go very close to the lion. The ferocious lion has such a great discipline, it will never hunt after its hunger has been satisfied, and everybody knows that and they respect that. It will not. You go, it will not touch you also because it has finished. That ferocious lion you will have to become. So you should not get into starting trouble. What is the best way not to get into all such attitudes? Can all of us repeat? I shall not from today
I
I shall not from today get into giving up, getting into starting trouble attitude,
getting into startable attitude,
which leads to procrastination,
which leads to procrastination,
which in turn will lead to living with the problem,
which in turn leads to living the problem,
which in turn will push me to stress,
which in turn push me to
and
stress,
which in turn will actually help me or guide me for giving up, which will push me to giving up. Like, look at the academics. You wanted that 99%. You started to prepare. Where did you prepare? You kept on postponing. That day's work you are doing, that extra work, whatever you had committed you are going to do, you told tomorrow, you told tomorrow, you told next week, you told next week, you told next month. After one more month, one test came. What was the expected percentage? You told 99 is my percentage. What is the percentage you got? 80. For few of you, 100% was your expectation, you got 90. But are you doing that extra work which you had promised? No, you kept on postponing. And after the midterm also, you kept on postponing, and your result is 90 only for few of you, 80 only, but your expectation was something else. So what is happening? This is creating so much of stress in you because you have not completed, your aim was that it's not completed, your aim was that it was not completed, your target was that it was not completed. So what you will do, the best way to bring my stress down is actually bring down my target only. What? A two-bedroom house is not a house. Huh? There are so many people who live in two-bedroom house. But if you would have put a little push, you would have tried and got a 3-bedroom house. But 3-bedroom house was difficult for you. You could not arrange the money. 99% is difficult for you. You will have to give all the extra time. From 2-bedroom to 3-bedroom, you will have to work anywhere else so that you earn a little bit more, and then only you could afford that. But you were not ready to work that 2 hours extra. Why? Because you felt you are too busy. You are not ready to work that extra time between the class, in the lunch hours, early in the morning getting up and then studying. Are you ready to do that extra? No, you were not ready to do that extra. So what is happening? It is giving you a pain. Because it is giving you that stressful pain, what you decide, what is a 2-bedroom house is not a house, huh? And you continue, the genie will say, your wish is my command, master, 2-bedroom house shall be yours. CEO agdaliದ್ರೆ project leader ಆದರೆ, that is also good. Your wish is my command. You want only to be a project leader, you shall live as a project leader and you will retire as a project leader. God did not decide, you decided. And because of this stress, what you will say, 80% is not a good score. Huh? I've seen a lot of them get 60, 70 and few people fail also. I'm better than them. Yes, you are better than them. But what was your intention? To go progressively build up such personality which will take me to the next attire. But you gave up, and this giving up is happened to you multiple times. Why? Because of the starting trouble, because of the procrastination. And all this, and there are a lot of negative attitudes also. Now, how will I change this negative attitude so that I can build a very strong positive personality? The first thing is, the first attitudinal changes that I will have to bring is attitude to plan and organize. Your entire work schedule or your entire life should have a plan, and you should execute it like a plan. Have a plan, execute it properly. So when we say attitude to plan and organize, the first of it is a basic rule. There is a time for everything and everything in its time. When I decide this, I am going to start at this time, come what may, you should start at that time. If I decide I'll get up at 4 o'clock, you should get up at 4 o'clock. If I decide from tomorrow I'll go for walking, tomorrow you should go for walking. If you decide from tomorrow I will not eat oily foods, it's only once in a week, it has to be only once in a week. You should plan and you should exactly work like that. If you have decided the time, it has to be time discipline. The greatest quality that you can give to yourself, the greatest positive personality that you can give it to yourself is people telling he is a man of time. If he says something, he will keep it up. He has told he will come today, he will come today. He has told he will complete the project by end of this week. Don't be worried, he will complete one day before only, because he is a man of time commitment. So there is a time for everything and everything in its time. When you start respecting time, when you start giving time, and when you know this is the time, this place has to be My presence has to be in this place. You should see to it that your presence is there in that place exactly or much before that time. That is called as time discipline. So let us all say there is a time for everything and everything in its time only. Everybody, there is a time for everything and everything in its time only. Once again, there is a time for everything and everything in its time only. Once again, there is a time for everything and everything should happen in its time only. There should be a time for early morning get up. It's not that whenever I feel like I'll get up. Sun will never rise whenever he feels like. He rises and you know what time it is going to rise. Sun will never set whenever he wants. He sets whenever it needs to be set. Air will not blow whenever he wants. It blows because it needs to. So there is a time discipline. The entire universe or the entire galaxy, which has so many millions of so-called stars and planets, they know how they are managing. They know there is a time for everything and everything in its time. It has to be followed. When I say I get up exactly at 4 o'clock, it has to be followed. Come what may. That is a discipline what your kids will look up to you. That's a discipline what your colleagues or your team of people are going to look up to you. And when you follow it, when you walk the talk, it is easy for them to follow because they get influenced more by seeing you than by just the words what you say. Very important, morning creative, there is a time for wake up, there is a time for studies. In your case, there is a time for upgradation, there is a time for health, there is a time for fitness. There has to be a time for family also. If you don't be very close to your son, then if your neighbor becomes very close to your son, then he will start calling him Papa and you will be his uncle. So you should know how much time I'll have to give it there also. So freeze a time with your family, time for friends to be allotted, plan a time to go for a movie, weekly outing. Otherwise your wife will distance herself from you. There has to be a present continuous management of family. We told marriage is not one time done and forever happy living life. No, it is not like that. It has to be consistently worked on. So we say there is a time for everything and everything in its time. That's a first basic discipline, whatever you do. Second basic discipline is there is a place for everything, everything in its place. When you get into an house of a person who is very disciplined, what do you find there? There is a place for everything, everything is kept in that place only. I get into an office, the chairs are kept in the right place, the pens are kept in the pen stand, the papers are kept in a paper stand, the dustbin is kept in a neat place and the dust and the papers and waste papers will get into a dustbin. When I get into a house of such professional also, you can assume, hey, it looks like a military house. Why do you call it as military house? Because there, nothing would be scattered. There is a place for everything, everything in its place. In the same manner, for whatever you are, there is a place for everything and everything should be in its place only. If that doesn't happen, there is a place for everything, everything if it is not in its place, then the Vastu will change and the negative energy comes out. I'm shabbily dressed, I'm not wearing a good kind of a clothes, I'm wearing too tight, I'm wearing too loose, my pant is there but on the pant I'm wearing an underwear. No! सुपरमैन लगेगा लेकिन सुपरमैन रियली अंडरवेयर बाहर लगा के आएगा तो व्हाट विल यू से it doesn't look nice. So there is a place for everything and everything in its place only. It has to be a disciplined life like that. So we strongly believe in what you call it as Vastu of life, Vastu of places. Puja room has to be in this place, dining room has to be in this place, this is a place for rest, this is a place for study, this is a place for upgradation. Like that you should fix up some place. And when you go there and sit, you should only do that. You should not carry the mobile. This the place, this the chair I am going to sit. This is only for reading. Only do reading there. You will read there, you will have your lunch there, you will sleep there. No, don't do that. The chair is only for reading. If you want to eat something, there is a place, dining table. It can be a simple dining table. Fix up a place. You will not sit on a sofa and eat. Sofa is a relaxation place. Yes, relax. For studying, there has to be a place like that. There has to be a place discipline for everything that you do. This is a place where I am going to do yoga. You can't get onto the bed and then do it. That is for sleeping. Keep that energy only for sleeping. It should give you a soothing environment for you to sleep. Because a good sleep can always regenerate you and bring a better person out of you. So very, very important. Place to be allocated for all your belongings and kept there only. place for your study, place for your dresses, belongings, place for your pillows, bedspread, place for your shoes, place for your washed clothes, place for your washable clothes, a good place for your tie, a good place for your shirt, a wrinkle free shirt, and that should be your place discipline. You're doing in most of the places, I don't say no, but in some other places you are not doing. Let there be a discipline of a good formal dress wherever I go. It has to be a white shirt, it has to be a light colored full shirt, it has to be a tie, it has to be a blazer, it has to be a dark colored trouser, and I will always be dressed like this. Come what may. Then what happens, people identify. In that group, you know one person who comes always neatly dressed? He's never late, he's always on time. And when he takes something as a commitment, he completes much before that. And he's always friendly with their teammates. And he knows how to handle the teammates. When they are in problem, he goes and empathetically helps them. Whom should we make a leader? Him only. When I define various characters and I say and give it to the senior most, leave the politics. When people say against you something, I'm not talking about politics. I'm talking about genuinely when people are talking so many qualities about a person, they will definitely make him a project leader. That project leader becomes even a CEO. It's possible. He took up the first responsibility. What was it? Being a chief minister of Gujarat. He took up the first responsibility. What was that? Being a scientist and trying to have one such space mission, and he was very, very successful. And next, they get into one nuclear power testing. He also executed it beautifully. Then new opportunities came, and so we call him Missile Man of India. As a Prime Minister, as a Chief Minister, when he executed things so beautifully, there was no looking back. People say, I think he can definitely be projected as the contestant or a Prime Ministerial candidate. Yes. Who doesn't want UP Chief Minister to be actually announced as the next Prime Minister candidate? Because he's a man of discipline, he's a man of honor, he's a man who has kept up and seen UP grows. He has always kept nation first. Abdul Kalam, he has always kept nation first. So Draupadi Kalam always kept nation first. So such personalities, you feel like they should become our leader. Lal Bahadur Shastri, he always kept nation first. So like that, your leadership skills automatically will be projected on this. There is a place for everything and everything should be in its place. And the last one, there is a right way for everything and everything in its right way only. A very important discipline. There is always a right and a wrong way. When the police or a traffic man is not watching me, for me green means go, red means stop. When a police is watching or not watching, can you keep this rule for yourself? When nobody is watching, it is night. For me, red means red. Actually, green means green. Most of us don't do that. When nobody is watching, we do all the nonsense. When nobody is watching, we are watching something in Facebook. When nobody is watching, you are wasting your time on Instagram. When nobody is watching, you are very casual. You eat whatever is there at home. When somebody is watching, you express a very disciplined place. That way you cannot build a personality. A personality is what you do when nobody is watching. That is your real personality. What you show when somebody is watching, that is an acted personality. That's the reason interviews never actually will be dependent on what you exhibit in the interview all. That's the reason they do your social media background verification. They do your LinkedIn background verification. They do your various companies background verification to find out what kind of a personality is this guy. Does he have a name in the company where he worked? Does the company really feel that this man left us, we are feeling a small vacuum in our company? This man did a big difference to our company. That feeling has to come. That will come when there is a right way for doing everything, and everything should be done in the right way only, come what may. So that basic discipline, if you can actually follow, slowly what happens, that starting trouble will not happen. One is when it comes to time management, it is because you want to start at one particular time, you procrastinated. There's a time for everything, always do that in that time only. Or do not commit yourself. There is a place for everything, do that in that place only. There is a right way for everything, do that in that right way only. When you follow this, automatically you will see a lot of things will happen very perfectly. Plan and organize, may these three disciplines. Most of us, when it comes to personality, any kind of such classes will definitely motivate you. Many movies will motivate you. Many such serials will motivate you. You will be energized. You feel like I will have to follow. But what happens? You are not ready to hold it long enough. You're not ready to hold it long enough. When the doctor advised, no, there's a serious problem, you're very close to BP, you're very close to having sugar. What do? From tomorrow I'll exercise. You will start. You'll start going. Because yesterday you were sick. Today you start walking even in that sickness because energy is high. The doctor advised you very seriously. He told either walk in 2 steps now or 3 years down the line you will walk the last walk with 6 legs. And people will be Om Shanti, they'll be saying. Then you say, no, from tomorrow I will start. So what happens? You build up a positive personality, you build up a positive attitude, and you start doing things. From tomorrow I will not eat any oily products. From tomorrow early morning I'll get up at 4 o'clock. I'll start walking, I'll start doing yoga, I'll start doing pranayam, meditation, and you go. You do it 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 day. But will you hold it long enough? No. Slowly the health becomes good. When your health becomes good, after 10-15 days, 1 day tomorrow, 1 day if I don't get up, what will happen? When the alarm rings, you do that. 1 day if I don't get up, what will happen? I'm not saying I'm not going to do. Instead of today, I will do it tomorrow. Again, you get into that starting problem. You come the next day, at least if you have come, you finish it off. What you will say? No, only 2 days I am going to miss, na? Anyway, till the Saturday I will not do. From Monday I will do. I was always doing. Last 1 month I did it very seriously. Only 3 days break I am taking. Today, tomorrow and Sunday. Monday I will start off. And then you push it. Again you get into once again the same attitude. Starting trouble, procrastination, living with the problem, and ultimately leading to stress and giving up. And finally you give up. रहने दो ना, sugar सबको आता है. BP सबको आता है. मोटापन सबको आता है. मेरे से बहुत मोटे हैं. मेरा BP कम है. Do you know my BP is less? His BP is more. Yeah, instead of comparing to him, compared to somebody whose BP is nil, even at the age of 80. No, you compare where you feel comfortable. Why? You've already given up. From the womb of willingness, solutions will be born. From the womb of excuses, only problems will be born. You should not give excuses. Excuses is the biggest cancer for you. That will hinder your growth just like a cancer cells. You will not realize time would have passed, 10 years would have passed, 20 years would have passed. Do the things at the right time. If you had promised your wife you are going to take her away every year, take her someplace every year. Next year, and she will look like a dadi and you will look like a dada. Whose time is jaake, what you will be enjoying? Have multiple honeymoons. 5 years down the line, second honeymoon. 10 years down the line, third honeymoon. 4th year down the line, this is fresh honeymoon. Like that, your life has to be with enthusiasm. Don't change the girls like Amir Khan. But you can have with the same girl beauty. Ask her to behave like she is not your wife. It will be fun. That is what is called as enthusiasm. Some of them, they can't maintain consistency. This is where the problem is. You cannot hold on to it long enough. Some of them will not maintain consistency. When you don't maintain consistency, result will not come. I want to be a pure vegetarian, but only for 4 days. Then you are not a pure vegetarian, you are a non-vegetarian. Yeah, what do you say, sir? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't eat, sir. No, that doesn't work. I have given up oil, not all the days, only 3 days in a week. That doesn't work. You will have to, attitude to maintain that consistency is important. A Chaiwala maintained that consistency, and today he is seen as a prime minister. That fisherman's son maintained that consistency, so we see him what he is today. That missionary of charity, great lady who started it as an individual, Mother Teresa, she maintained that consistency. Today also our chain of hospitals is considered as one of the greatest serving hospitals. And it is like you get into a temple. They keep it so neat, clean, and everybody speaking with such very, you call it as a very passive voice. Such beautiful, all that happens. Then attitude, most of the time what happens, when I say a personality growth is when you participate in everything with an attitude to win. It should not be an attitude to participate. After this, I want everybody to come on the dais and then give that self-introduction. I told you last week, hey, everybody will do, I will also do. But who took up that pain of writing that, practicing it in front of the mirror, writing that, practicing in front of the mirror, where your friend also has told, why have you taken so seriously what Malik sir has told? Just it's a training program. If you don't come, they will not allow. So we are coming. Let us simply come, eye wash and then go. They should feel like we attended a session. If you take it up like that, your results also will be like that. At least one of you should take, I get into this and I should get the best participant of that particular event. Can I work towards it? For that, consistent hard work has to be done. For hard work, you will keep on postponing. You should have practiced once, you should have practiced twice, you should have practiced three. We told it should be like a storytelling. So, attitude should be to prepare to win. Your personality should be to prepare to win. There is a small competition. I will participate in just like I want to be the number one. But leave the results to God. You put all your efforts, leave the results to God. That is how your preparation should happen. Attitude to have a growth chart. Always have this chart in you. From yesterday to today, you should have grown in all the verticals what you are putting your efforts in. Yesterday I walked 1 kilometer. Have a growth chart. After 10 days, you should improve that. Improve on a positive side. Yesterday I was having 1 cigar. Today 2 cigar nahi. Yesterday 1 peg. Today 2 peg. That improvement nahi. Yesterday I was actually smoking 1 pack a day. Today I have reduced it to just half a pack a day. After 1 month I have reduced to half a pack a day. Yes, after few more months I have reduced to 1 cigar a day. I know in another 1 month or 2 months I will give up my cigar. And that is what we say achievement. You should have that growth chart on a daily basis. You make a beautiful chart today. Let it be wake up and get up only. Every problem is happening early in the morning. Ask yourself, how do you get up early in the morning? And any person who fixes an alarm, it's not physically going and fixing an alarm. Even telling to yourself, I want to get up at this time. Even making that small, I want to get up at this time, and that is fixed. And you exactly get up at that time, miracles are going to happen. When you do it consistently, you hold on till your last breath, you maintain that consistency, and every time you get up, you should get up with that winning attitude. Aaj aur ek din I'll have to go to office and come. No! Today is going to be my office and I should be the best person in my office for today, and my today has to be the best of all the yesterdays what I have lived in the office, and let me go with this attitude. So like that, every day is a match for you. Every day in office is a match for you. Every day in office is an exam for you. You should come out with maximum points. It should not look like, hey, today I went to office, I think I did not do anything, I just came out, I just spent some time, that's all. No, it should not be like that. Every day it should be, today I went to office, I did such miraculous thing, I'm happy and proud about myself. You should feel that. Today I have given such a good family time to my family members, I feel very proud about that. So like that, on a daily basis, early in the morning, how you start should be that great power start. So we say a good personality person is the one who always has lot of powerful things that he does, which is better than others. You should always get into a power start. Alarm rings, spring up and come with a prayer filled with gratitude and say, oh God, thank you so much for giving me one more day. Do you know maximum deaths will not happen in the roads? Maximum deaths happen in the bed. Among those, maximum deaths happen on Sunday night. Because of high BP, because of the bodily condition, and you are awake on a daily basis, that means you are alive. Look at your wife who is alive next to you. Immediately say thank you to God. Oh God, thank you because you made me alive today. You have given me one more day to live. I will live my today so beautifully, so result orientedly. I should feel proud, and I will make you also proud. And start your day with that enthusiasm. That has to be a power start. And every time you get into prayers, it has to be a powerful prayer filled with gratitude. Stand in front of you and say, oh God, thank you for so many beautiful things that you have done. Give me so much of energy, give me so much of enthusiasm that I should always stand first. Let me work towards standing first. That should be a prayers that you will have to offer filled with gratitude. And then whenever you will be upset, it is common that people get upset because your life cannot always go smooth. There will be failures, there will be failures, there will be failures. Only after experiencing multiple 6 vadas, the 7th vada will satisfy your hunger. Only after making 9,999 attempts, then the other attempt is going to become successful. It is tend to happen. So when you are not so successful, when you fail, a power pep is important for all of you. What is power pep? Telling yourself you can do it. Go today and do your best, and I know today you are going to be the number one. Every day you will have to pep yourself like that. You need pepping. You cannot expect somebody else to come and pep at this age. After 50 centuries, nobody could come up to Tendulkar and say, Tendulkar, मैंने मारा है ना 100 century, ऐसा मार के दिखाओ. Nobody was there. He had to say to himself in the mirror, oh, Tendulkar in the mirror, I know I can become better than you. I go, I eat, and I will be better than you. Like that, that self-pep is required. Sometimes you are demotivated, you feel stressed, you don't want to eat something, you don't want to talk to your wife, or you don't want to talk to your boss, you don't want to talk to your colleague. Something bad has happened. But that way, what happens? You will get into negativity more often. You should actually push yourself on the day when you don't want to talk to your boss to go and talk to him much, or send a message, send a energy which says, I'm sorry for what I have done, oh great leader, so please forgive me for whatever mistakes I have done. I promise you these mistakes will not repeat. You should be the bold person to go there and say, and you should be that person of an attitude which should, winning attitude is not like actually trying to prove the other person was wrong. Winning attitude is, it's okay, whoever has done is wrong, the situation has gone wrong, I'll take the responsibility. He is called as a great leader. Who is called as a great leader? A person who says, I know a failure has happened, I will take the responsibility, I am sorry. Abdul Kalam always went to the press and he told, whenever his mission failed, I'm sorry, we failed very miserably, I think it is my fault, we will jump back. He told very clearly. But every time he saw a success, what did he do? He allowed his teammates to go there and enjoy that. The same thing you should also follow. So we say in personality development, there are 3 kinds of personalities. If you want to be a great winner, a great achiever, your personality has to be just like this. We talk about this, we call it as a good husband, very good husband, angel husband personality. Can all of you repeat? Good husband, very good husband, angel husband. Once again, good husband, very good husband, angel husband. Your attitude should be, I want to be that angel husband. What I mean by angel husband, see, in life, there would be a lot of such situations or such encounters. Encounters means 2 people coming together, 2 decisions coming together, 2 plans coming together, and there is always a clash. Because of that, it may become a success. Because of that, it can become a failure. Because of that, it can be 50-50. So we say in life, if you want to go ahead, you should always be that angel husband. Because this has got nothing to do with my future. It has failed, it's okay. I will only take the responsibility. I will go forward. Not taking that, what happens? You get into a dispute and that will make you suffer within yourself also. When I say me and there is my own personality, with him also, I should not fight. You should have that attitude. You think I am wrong, I'll accept it, I am wrong. Live it. So who is a good husband? When we say a good husband is the one when a problem has occurred, an encounter has happened between him and the boss, between him and the wife, between him and his colleague, between him and his subordinate, any place he could be occupying, and when he knows it is his mistake, he genuinely goes and says, sorry, this problem was mine, I think it was my mistake, I ask for forgiveness, let us continue and make it better next time, because there is always a next time. It is not a 2020 match. You should be worried if it is a 2020 match. Aapka life to 2020 match nahi hai. Tomorrow one more day is there, and again tomorrow, day after tomorrow, one more day is there. Greatest thing is every day you can play, you can stand there and play. Hey, yesterday I got out, so I am out of this office. No. So every day you have one more ball coming up, get ready for the next ball. A good husband. Who is a very good husband? When there is a confusion, whose mistake was it? Is my boss decision that gave the problem, or it was my decision gave the problem? I really don't know. Somewhere problem is arised. A very good husband will say, I don't know whether it is from you or me. I think it has to be by me only. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Let us go on with the next project. Simple. And an angel husband is one more greatest personality, greatest positive thinking is when he knows it is the other person's mistake only. Especially in relationship, when you know it is your wife's mistake only, you only go and say, I think it is my mistake only, I only shouted at you, please forgive me. there is a chances 99.9% she will always say, hey, why do you apologize? I know it is my mistake. My ego did not allow me to say. But you gave up your ego, and when it was not your mistake also you admitted, I like that in you, and we will work on the next project. I will not do the same mistake. That difference it can bring. That is called as positive personality. People should identify that in you. So you are not the same person. You never allowed us to save our face. You kept on cribbing, you kept on complaining, and one mistake what I would have done, you would have actually haunted me that mistake for 1 full year. And in life, we haunt that for 1 full life. Have you realized? Your wife would have done one mistake somewhere. Your mother-in-law would have come. She wouldn't have deliberately been on that day because of some periods problem or stomach ache, something, some disturbance. Because everybody will have a bad day. Allow her to save her life. Every time anything happens, I remember on that day when my mother came, what did you do? That was one day, leave that. That was one ball. You also got out. I cannot go to Tendulkar. On that day, one full toss you got out. Na? So I have hit 100 centuries also. Na? You don't look at those 100 centuries. When there is 2 dots in a white board, when people ask you, what do you see? Most of us are negative in attitude. We say, we see the 3 dots. Tell, I don't see the 3 dots. I see there is lot of space so wide. Wonders can be written. No, with the 3 dots, I don't want. Most of us look for flaws. Our flaw is such as tiny, you don't actually see the flaw in you. There is a saying in Kannada, nim personality, nim maneliro dose, sikkapate tootirutte, but beror mane dose, you want to see how much holes are there, and you try to put it across. There is one more saying, aapka plate mein elephant has fallen. In the neighbor's plate, one small ant has fallen. You give advice for him when ant, and he knows that there is an elephant fallen on your plate and you are not able to handle him, and you are advising about another person who has less. He has only 10 dots. You are having 25 dots. And most of us will be having black slate only. White has to be searched. So look at our attitude. Can we change that attitude? What is that angel attitude? Angel attitude is in a whiteboard which has 3 dots. When somebody asks, what do you see? You will have to say, I see a lot of white space which can be used for so many beautiful things. Rather than saying, what is that 3 dots what you have written? A teacher goes on to the board and she writes the table from 2 ones to 20 ones, which is already pre-written. She just opens the screen and she asks everybody to copy, and everybody is told you are not going to say anything until everybody has finished writing. Anybody talks, you will be fined. Everybody is silent. But everybody is silent, but they could not be silent. Their body language wants to vomit something. They want to vomit. Everybody is curious. I want to do it. 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 And for the next 1 hour, they were holding on to that, preparing. As soon as that 1 hour goes, I will take this and I will throw on to my teacher. What was it? In one place, 2 6 instead of 12, she had written 13. But she had insisted that nobody will open their mouth until 1 hour passes. But nobody could actually sit there comfortably, because their intention was, as soon as that 1 hour passes, everybody wanted to say, ma'am, you have done that mistake. Then they told, so many right things were there, why didn't you speak about that? That is what we see in each other. We should actually not see that in ourselves also. Sometimes forget about when we say that there is an introvert. This introvert, what happens? He will not see in other places. Forget it. That's a beautiful quality. But he sees that in himself. He cannot handle it. He sees that in himself and he starts telling to himself that I am this, I am this, I am this, I am this, I cannot. Because I am this, I cannot do this. Because I am this, I cannot do this. Because I am this, I cannot do this. We have so many excuses. Because I am half blind, I cannot do this. Because I have 1 leg, I cannot do it. I cannot swim with both the legs. Forget about this personality. There are people who say, I don't have 1 hand and 1 leg, I cannot swim. But I can show you a lot of examples where they don't have arms and legs. There are people who can float. They have learned swimming. I am blind, I cannot use a computer. Most of you are not blind also. But a blind man uses a computer. What are we giving excuse for? We have so many excuses for everything in life. I think this is the right time for us to come out of those excuses, because we know for my success nobody else is responsible. I am myself responsible. Let me take up the right decisions in the right time. Let me give importance to time. We know there's a time for everything, and everything is in its time. Once the time passes, it cannot be coming back. This moment is inevitable. I will never have this moment again in my life. Every relation is inevitable. You will never have the same relationship again. The moment that day and that phase, that year passes away, you will never get back your son who was that 4 years old where you enjoyed carrying him. If you want to have the same feeling now, you cannot. He's 21 years, you cannot carry him. So there's a time for everything, and everything has to be done in that time. Ask yourself, I have lived my life where there was a time for everything, and I have done everything in its own time only. I have lived a life with so much of discipline. There was a place for everything. I have lived everything just like that is the one place where I'll have to do that thing only. And I have strictly followed. There is a right way for everything, and everything shall be done in that right way only. And I have not broken that rule, come what may. So when you keep consistently following these rules, miracles are going to they definitely happen to you. So this is one thing that we wanted to tell you. And whatever I have told is in the form of a presentation. We have to 20 minutes more. We'll try to wind up. You will have everybody to come on the dais, and then why personality matters, personal effectiveness, professional excellence, nation building mindset, leadership. Directly or indirectly I have spoken. What is personality? I have told. Personality is a unique combination of traits, behavior and values. A person who comes on time, a person who takes notes, a person who is empathetic towards others, a person who has a time discipline, place discipline, a person who has a consistency in doing that. His mood is always the same. Sometimes it changes, sometimes no. Our leader is a leader. His mood is always the same. So especially in a professional setting, your personality, your behavior, your character, your attitude, all this makes a big difference. How you act and respond in every situation, that defines your personality. You cannot, when things happen good, you become very happy and you appreciate them. When things go wrong, you should have that attitude of saying it's okay, it goes wrong, we will jump back. That is a great leader, the moral and ethical. Your mental orientation towards work and people is also equally important. And what are the components of personality? Yes, your attitude, your skills, your emotional intelligence, professional image, habits and knowledge. The more knowledgeable you have, you are considered more positive personality. You have the more right habits, consistent habits, that is considered as a positive personality. Your daily routines compound into long-term excellence. So daily getting up, daily following certain routine, daily exercising, daily having meetings, weekly consistently having meetings, every day opening up with a start, closing up with a conclusion, introspecting. When you do all this, things becomes the greatest achievement of yours. And if you are able to manage your emotions, sometimes you will have ups and downs. Your down or your negative emotion should not be thrown onto the team. It should not. A great personality is the one, though he takes the pain, he will not spread the pain to his team members. That is called as a great personality. That's the reason when I know the other person is wrong also, you only admit it and continue. And building a professional image, how you present yourself, impression you create. For that, body language, your dress code, your dress, your timings, what you speak, what you not speak, when you are silent, when you are not silent, all these matters a lot. And then yes, the next would be self-awareness. As a positive man, you should know about yourself. What are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, reflect your, know yourself, know your strengths and weaknesses. That is what we say, SWOT analysis. Work on your strengths, make it better, transform your weaknesses into strengths if you can, so that because of your strengths you will start getting more opportunities. Because of certain weaknesses, when you know certain opportunities are not coming, work on your weaknesses. If it is an organization, there is one particular weakness, bring a person who can make up with that. Have a team. I am very good technically, but I am not good at accounts. Bring an accounts man, a very honest accounts man, and have him and make a strong team. Or learn at least the basic accounts from him. If you have an engineer, it doesn't mean that you can't master accounts. It is possible. Have that basic knowledge which can make you strong. Leverage what you have best to create maximum impact. Acknowledge your gaps. See, I used to stammer as a school kid, and I've seen my own friends, my own family members making fun of me. They used to call me as a stammerer. In Kannada, they used to call him as a toddler, and they used to mimic me whenever I used to speak. Right now, also, when I speak in Kannada, you can easily make out that I do stammer. On the dais, sometimes I do. But I wanted to use that as a weapon to see to it that when I get onto the dais, I should not get that. So when I consistently made an attempt, I am a stammerer, but I should do something which is impossible for a stammerer to do, is to get onto the dais, confidently stand there and consistently speak. I took that as a challenge and I kept. Today, my all school friends, primary school friends, find it very surprising that I am such a good public speaker. And they cannot believe their own ears when they look up few of my uploaded videos and say, Malik, the boy, a primary school boy, as a friend we have seen you, used to stammer at least in every 3 words. Today, sometimes I've seen you without stammering going non-stop for hours together. How is that possible? Again, if I start telling myself that is my weakness, that is my weakness, that is my weakness, that is my weakness, yeah, I'm creating an inferiority complex. I don't need the outside world to dent me. I'm denting myself. I'm bad, I'm not good, I'm worst, I cannot do good. You are denting yourself. Most of the time, outsiders are not coming. Outsiders are minding their own business. Dushman bahar nahi hai. Dushman andar hi hai. You are the greatest critics for yourself, and you criticize so badly and you make yourself believe I can never stand up on the dais and then speak. It is you who has dented you rather than the outside world. Weakness, acknowledge the gaps and commit to bridging them proactively. Personal growth, set a clear roadmap, very, very important. Positive attitude, being optimistic. In everything that you do, you should have that optimistic mind, or that yes, I am going to grow. Optimistic mind is when I say, can I give you a glass of water, and I give half a glass of water, you should be happy. At least you have got that half a glass of water. Why are you giving me half empty? That attitude you should not have. Optimism, trying to be optimistic. Growth mindset, from yesterday to today you should have grown. See, every day, whenever you are going to bed, do a small introspection. What is that introspection? Before going to your bed, close your eyes, just be in a comfortable position. Recollect your entire day from the time you woke up in the morning. Every time, if you feel happy about the decisions you have taken, you tap yourself. You praise yourself. Whenever you have done something wrong, hit yourself very hard. I shouldn't have shouted at my subordinate. I shouldn't have shouted at the auto man. I shouldn't have raised my voice on my son. I shouldn't have raised my voice on my wife. I shouldn't have raised my voice with the P1, with the security guard. So you hit yourself very hard. So that next day, before you could do that, a triggering will happen. I have told I will not raise my voice. From tomorrow, come on time. Is it okay? Everything is fine at home? No, somebody was sick. I'm sorry. If somebody was sick, I shouldn't have told you that yesterday. You patch up to whatever wrong that happened last day. And you knew in few places you did wrong. Don't waste time. Give a call there only and tell, I think morning I shouted at you. I shouldn't have done it. I was just introspecting my entire day. I think this one thing went horribly wrong with me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It can make a big difference. Introspection, have that challenging opportunity. Resilience, bounce back stronger from setbacks and adversity. People will have bad. You should be ready to bounce back. Do you know we appreciate Tendulkar for the maximum success what he has done? But Tendulkar has a maximum positive records also, and Tendulkar has maximum negative records also. Oh, one of the newspaper, when they asked Tendulkar, I think you should be very happy because you have maximum records. He says, yes, I should be happy. But let me also tell you, I should also be unhappy because I have the maximum negative records also. What do you mean by negative records? I was the only batsman who was out for maximum 0. Maximum matches 0. Why? Every match he was bold enough to go there and stand. I was the only batsman who was absent for single digit maximum number of times. I was only batsman who was absent for under 2 digit maximum number of times, under 50 maximum number of times. So he had so many records because he was daring enough to go there and stand. When you stand there, some record ho hi jayega, positive or negative. Abraham Lincoln is called as blue eye void of failure because he had failed so many elections. 98% of the elections he had failed, only 2 elections he won. In that one election was finally becoming a president of India. It worked. He did not think I am a election failure, he did not think. He knew the final election is president's, I will win that. All these were forgotten. Every time people remember the number of runs I have hit, the number of outs they will forget. But still, let me tell you, I have maximum negative records. Why? Because I was daring enough to stand there and continue with my journey. Others who could not, they gave up. Most of them give up. So that giving up attitude should not come, and focus energy on answers, not on obstacles. That means focus energy on solutions, not on excuses. Obstacle is there. I am stammering is an obstacle, but I should stop speaking in public because of that? No. That is not the right attitude. Right attitude, right positiveness is, I know I will focus on what I can, I will not focus on what I cannot. And life is not all about what all you can do with what all you don't have. Life is all about what can you do with whatever you have. Rajini sir has proved, Tendulkar has proved. People had written in the books after Sunil Gavaskar and Tendulkar, they had to change. What was written? To become a batsman, you should be minimum 5 feet. After Tendulkar, they changed it. To become the greatest batsman, you need not. To actually run 100 meters at that speed, it is not possible for Asians. It is only possible by some of them, and that is impossible by most of them, because a art rate of that speed cannot be taken. The art would explode. These were the preconditions. But after multiple people did, there were hundreds of them who could scale at that time. The entire rule book was changed. So you should be the rule book changer. A chaiwala also can become a prime minister. That rule book changer should be you. Self-confidence is very important. Act confidence. It doesn't mean that I'm confident today means I don't actually have a fear of failure. Fear of failure is there, but still I stand there confidently. One of the bullet can come here, hey, he is a general, I will not hit him. I will go to the sipahis and I will hit him. Who says it will be like that? A bullet, when it is fired, you don't know whose name is written. But still a general goes there, army men go there, and the general will also have a fear, but none of them in his team will know that he is a fearful man. They always think he is a fearless man. Act confident, that is what is important. That is called as confidence. Dhairya when I say, confidence when I say, confidence is quite conviction that you are capable, not arrogance. Overconfident also is very dangerous. I am not telling that, but I wanted to say courage does not mean you don't fear death. Courage means with the fear of death, I am ready to stand there. That is called as fearlessness. Confidence versus ego, confidence empowering, that you should not do. Building confidence, how do you build confidence? Consistently you will have to prepare. Decision making skills, it's last over. You can't take 1 hour to take the decision. There's a time for everything. Everything has to be done at that time. The bowler will have just few seconds to decide the moment he takes the run, whether he has to do an off spin or a left spin or a right spin, or give a straight full toss or give him a bouncer. He has to decide within that second. You will not know until the ball has come here. Now from here, whether he points it like this and makes a bouncer, or from here he throws it like that and gives him a full toss, or here he turns it like this and gives an off spin, or whether here when he comes and he turns it like this and gives a right spin, that has to be decided in that microsecond. There's a time for everything, and everything in its time only. If you're distracted for a few seconds, gone. I'm at the wicket, I'm just looking at the ball, I don't know when the ball comes. For complete full day I should be alert, and the ball comes, I should be thinking in that few microseconds where the ball can come, and my hand has to exactly go at that place. How will it happen? It happens by practice. I have never caught any ball. I have always been a batsman. You cannot catch balls, you cannot field. That was one of the greatest negative during one season, where Indian cricketers were too bulky, they could not run, they could not field better. Slowly they tried working on that. We always found that the foreign team are capable of fielding best, because by fielding they would have somehow taken care of 50 runs. We, by doing a bad fielding, we would have given up 75 runs. And that would have hit very hard on the batsmen, because they would rely only on the batsmen and the bowlers. They wouldn't have a reliability on the fielders, because no fielders could make runs. Fielders making runs means saving runs. If I can save runs by actually stopping unstoppable 4-5 force and giving only one run, that means I have hit 25 runs. Every time there was a 6, it was very close. If I could have caught that ball, that means I saved 6 runs. I made one person out, but I have also scored 6 runs. Like that, what is your scoring? Decision making skills, professional presence. You should have that command, respect through composed clarity and credibility. So dress code really makes a lot of difference. All of you should have a blazer which is exactly stitched to your attire. It should not be elder brothers or younger brothers blazer. Wear blazer to the office. It can give a big look. Do not wear off shirts. Do not wear chucks. Let it be a plain white shirt, and let it be a black trouser, and let there be a blazer. It can actually pop up. And wear a tie. A tie exactly which should be tucked in a manner so that the knot is exactly V in shape, and it should touch at the center of the belt. It should not be hanging above. It should not be for falling below. That is the right way a tie has to be worn. We wore a pant which is very comfortable, and don't be too bulky. A big stomach that does not speak positive about you. It's like saying you have not maintained your own personality. For this personality I should give a job. Huh? People say that in the mind. They may not put it across in words. A person who cannot take care of his health, he cannot have an hygienic skin, hair or with no hair, neatly combed, neatly combed. If there is a proper deodorant worn, not too much, not too makeup, not too less, you should be presentable. There should be a glow in your face. If you cannot do that, that's not confidence. Confidence is when you come with that style. So please maintain that, very, very important. And effective communication, I've already told you, verbal, non-verbal, active listening, email etiquettes, how to write an email, how to write a writer, that also is equally important. Public speaking, I've already told you, using hand gestures you will have to do. While you're doing this, while you're talking, it's not always public speaking. When you're talking to people, your eye contact, your facial expression, your gesture, your posture, your professional appearance, all makes a lot of difference. Please don't miss this. And emotional intelligence, it's very important. We have two kinds of what you call it as smartness. We call it as emotional quotient, IQ and EQ. IQ is called as intelligent quotient, EQ is called as emotional quotient. The only way I can improve my EQ is getting onto the dais and doing public speaking. So that you will have to be. We told you, a good leader is the one who can be empathetic towards his team members. Social skills and relationship management is very important. You should treat your entire teammates as family members. That's the reason, as I worked as an HR, we don't appreciate a student when he doesn't speak something about their parents or their siblings. Because a person who cannot be a family member at home, what he will be a family member in our office? He cannot. You should have that social skills. I like my brother, I like my sister. So I will speak about them. My love is towards my mother and father, I will speak about them. And I admire my wife, I speak about them. That is very, very important. Sometimes, sir, I thought it's not necessary to speak about your family members. It's not for you to decide. I will decide as an HR. तुम बोल के देखो, नहीं चाहिए, I won't take that. Very, very important. Build meaningful, productive, professional relationship. It's very important. And teamwork is equally important. Collaboration, diversity, trying to diverse from one area to another. You cannot. Today it is an AI ruling the world. No, I will not learn AI. Then you will be thrown off. Learn what needs to be learned. So you should be ready for diversity. People will never select anybody who is not ready for diversity. You should be ready. Are you ready to work in rotational shift? No, sir. I want only one shift. Then they will not select you, they will select the next person. Okay, we'll keep you informed. And they will never call you. So please there should be trust, respect, accountability in whatever you do, very important. Then leading by example is following it. When I say everybody should come on time, I should also come on time. I cannot be late and ask others to come on time. There should be a vision. Visionary is very important. So paint a compelling picture where the team is headed to. Create that vision for your subordinates also. Give them that storytelling. Look how nice it would be when this project would have completed in 1 month. It would be the greatest project, and it would be a record by itself in the history of Infosys that this project was completed in a time that was never done by anybody before. Don't you want, all of you, don't you want to be a part of such remarkable achievement? Then people ko lagta hai, yes. You simply come and say, hey guys, we'll have to complete in 1 month. No, they wouldn't have taken it as a challenge. Motivation is making them say yes. Motivation is not say you say yes. Not by force. They should come voluntarily. Sir, why 1 month? We can complete in 25 days. Keep it as a target. And the project leader will say, all of us, can we give that commitment to sir that we'll complete in 25 days? Yes sir. We'll do it by 24 days sir. One of them will say. That is what we say motivationally, talking and convincing people, decision making and accountability. You should be able to influence others by you taking the major steps, priorities, planning, smart goals, productivity, work and life balance. I've told you there is a time for everything, everything in time. What should be given priority? Right now health is a priority. If your daughter can be taken to the hospital, the nurse and the doctors will take care because they are already in the hospital. Steps taken. You have not gone to the hospital. You did not give priority to that. You ought to be blamed. Define priorities. Plan. Yes, I have a lot of work, but still I will have time to go to hospital. I will go. Plan each day and each week with a clear, structured plan. Have smart goals. Have goals which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time bound. If I say next week I am going to go, it has to be next week you should go. There should not be one more procrastination, one more procrastination, one more procrastination, and finally you say, it's okay, my life is gone, my daughter is already given birth to, I have already a granddaughter, I don't need to see anybody more, my life is enough. You gave up. So keep that. Work-life balance is equally important. Yes, stress management, workplace stress, mindfulness, exercises, relaxation, positive thinking, positive affirmation, telling yourself it's okay to fail, what is not okay to give up. Malik, today was a bad day in office, it's okay. Tomorrow it will be a good day. Go ahead, continue. Self-pepping is required, positive thinking is required, exercising and relaxation is important, mindfulness, having that, my mind has to be empty so that you should get more and more. I still want to achieve more. That should be your expectation. Professional ethics, integrity should be maintained, honesty, transparency, accountability, respect. All these are equally important. These are also a positive mindset. You're working and there is no integration in it, it doesn't work. Workplace experience, you should take ownership. Swachh Bharat will not happen if everybody starts thinking it is my own. Ownership, when you don't take, you don't feel personal. At home, will you throw garbage? No. At home, you will drink with a plastic glass, you will go choose the dustbin, you will put it. In public place, what you will do? Nobody is watching, you throw it off. Why? You are not taking the ownership. A good leader is the one who takes ownership, come what may, wherever he is. And discipline, show the discipline when somebody is watching or nobody is watching. That is your real discipline. When you maintain green means stop, red means go, and that is only followed in the presence of the traffic man watching, in the presence of the camera watching you, then you are not disciplined, you are indisciplined. So quality, innovation, your activity should be filled with innovation and continuous improvement. Improve by 1% every day and transform over time. Every drop of drops make a complete lake or an ocean. That is how you will have to keep adding to your personality one positive thing. First impression, reputation building, networking, lifelong learning, your presence, the digital presence, all these is important for your personal branding. Otherwise people will not know. I am a good manager, I am a good employee. People should know you are a good employee. Advertise yourself, tell others. Very important. Daily learning, daily reading of books, daily communication practice, daily goal setting and checking your goals, self-evaluation, SWOT analysis, all these are planned for a positive personality growth. I'll be sharing all this PPT. Thank you. Key takeaways: personality creates opportunities, ethics build trust, communication builds influence, leadership inspires, continuous learning ensures lifelong success. That will do one by one. Everybody will come. We will record your video and